Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you guys have seen, this particular video is going to be a lookbook the final lookbook of my fashion training, as well as me telling you guys details on everything that went on, how I picked the place and all the details. So if you're interested in this kind of content, keep on watching. Before we get started, make sure you like, comment and subscribe to the channel for more. Okay, so I have some key points I want to mention here. So the first question is when I did it, when I started, when I finished. So I started in April, I think the second week of April, and I ended July, was it 14th or 18th? I'll put the right date on the screen, but I was supposed to end first week of July or so, but some stuff happened, so my time was postponed to the middle of July. How I found and picked a place. Okay, so background story. I actually wanted to do this fashion training in 2020 during lockdown, and there was one particular place I saw and there was a discount and everything, but my mom was not really down with the idea, and yeah, I told her last minute. The training was supposed to start, let me say, the next Monday or so, and I told her maybe on Sunday night or something. It was very, very close like that, and so it wasn't really a plan. I was just on Instagram and I saw the advertisement and I was like, oh, I want to do this. So yeah, I was able to do it in 2020. So this year I was on Instagram again, actually. I was on Instagram and I think I saw a sponsored post from what's her name? I've forgotten the name of the person, but I'll put it on the screen. And she was in a competition, so if you win the competition, you get a discount. I think you win a free slot into her training. She was doing, I think, a 4-week or 6-week training, fashion design training, and so it was a competition if you win it and everything. So I actually won but there was a mistake, and they told somebody else that she won. So what she did was that she gave me a discount, and I was literally going to pay literally nothing compared to what I should be paying for that level of training, right? But then I told my mom and everything, but the problem, and they were okay with it, but the problem was that the location was Chuba, and I stay at Moji, right? So the distance was a lot, and that was around raining season ish. So yeah, it was, they were yeah, Chuba is far. In a day you'll be spending 1k, so that discount you got, you end up having to spend the remaining money on the money that you should have paid on transport, which what's the point, you understand? So they were yeah, find somewhere closer to the house, yeah, we understand that you want to do this and we're okay with you doing this. That's my parents when I'm referring today. And so yeah, that's when I started my search for the place that I would do it closer to the house. So the main place where I was checking, I think, was I went on Facebook, I went on Women in Port Harcourt, and I made a post. I'll try to find it and put it on the screen. So I made a post and I was like, I'm looking for a fashion school around Woji LL1 axis, which is the closest places to me. So I got a couple of comments and I sent DMs on Messenger to all of them. There was one that was really, really close to my house, and the person had a mutual friend with my auntie. So I think maybe it's their church member or something, just on a Lady road. And so that was the one that I was initially okay, this is the one I want to go for, and everything. But first thing, their beginners training was 6 months. I wasn't actually I was okay, that's okay, because I really, at that point, I didn't really have any plans for what I wanted to do. Okay, I should mention that the reason why I actually was now very eager to do this thing this year was because between February and that April when I started, I was actually job hunting, and it was really, really stressful. My mental health was in the gutter. So I was you know what? I did a video talking about things you can do after NYSC or after school while waiting for NYSC, and one of the things there was learning skill, and I always wanted to learn how to sew and everything. So I was like, oh, let me just go and do this thing, and then when I'm done, by that time, maybe the job market will have gotten sense, it hasn't. Let me just say that. But anyways, so the initial place I wanted to go is B&G, Black and Gold Creativity, something like that. They took their sweet time to reply me on Messenger, and they now told me, when I messaged them on Messenger, they told me to message them on WhatsApp. I sent me a WhatsApp number, and I messaged them on WhatsApp, and these people have not replied me to this day. To this day, I kid you not, I've not gotten a reply. So yeah, that one was out of it. So the second person that actually dropped their details was the person that I learned with, Good Thread Fashion School, GOT Fashion School. And yeah, the reason why, and then also I was also like kind of rushing as well to find a place because I didn't want my parents to change their mind. So yeah, like the first person that actually like talked to me, I was like actually eager to like responding to my text messages and sending me details. Like I asked her for the cost list and everything, you know, like message sent me, I'll send to my mom, I'll pressure my mom to reply me fast and everything. And then I went to check. So her place, as you guys know, was at Slaughter. It was like kind of like a distance from me. Funny how immediately after I started with her, and I started seeing a lot of fashion schools close to my house. Again, there's another one that I saw that's literally down the street, walkable distance. I message people on Instagram till today. They've not replied me, and I'm like, bro, y'all put your Instagrams and you don't even use them. Like, it's very crazy. But after I seen a lot of fashion schools closer to my house, closer to YKC, and I felt so bad. And then I was trying so hard to remember the name of the place that I actually saw that back in 2020, and I could not remember. But then one of the days when I already paid this other person, I was passing YKC and I literally saw the place. Like, because like the money I was losing on transport, I could have saved that money. But yeah, that was how I found the place that I like. It was not like I was led by the spirit or anything. Like, yeah, it was more of a thing of like, oh, I wanted to learn this thing and I was in a hurry to do it and I didn't want my parents to change their mind. So like I picked this place, and yeah, so the next thing is where I did it, the distance, convenience, yeah, all of that. Okay, so I did it in a place called Okujagu in Slaughter. The convenience, if I should say convenience, it took me about 25 to 40 minutes, like 25 to 30 minutes, let me say, every day to get there from my house. And I would spend about 600, I think, on transport every day. So my times that by 90 days in estimate, you know how much I spent on transport, you know. So it wasn't necessarily the most convenient. Like I said, I was seeing a lot of places closer to the house. Like initially I wanted somewhere within, like when my parents said, oh, they want somewhere close by, I actually wanted somewhere within walking distance, or like that will enter just one keke, you know. But I couldn't find any, and so I ended up going to this far place. The price of the course I did was 45,000 naira, which I feel is very, very cheap. Now, mind you, this is where I have to say a lot. For the curriculum, is the price okay? Yes. Because it might seem cheap, and you'll be like, oh my god, for a fashion, like for 3 months, 45k. It's cheap, but the curriculum is very vague compared to other beginners fashion classes. There's nothing, even sweetheart neckline, she's not gonna teach you. Because when we were doing necklines, I actually wanted the sweetheart to like learn sweetheart neckline. The one that you cut and then you add lace, because I have a lot of clothes like that and I like them, and there was a style that I wanted to do that I saw online that I've always liked that style. And I was like, oh, I want to learn how to do this style. She's not going to teach you sweetheart neckline, because to her, sweetheart neckline is going into the territory of corsets, and beginners don't learn corsets. There are a lot of things that you only learn. Let me say it like this: you only learn 3 of everything. So 3 types of necklines, 3 types of sleeve, 3 types of collars, 3 types of pockets, and that is not even crossing. It's not the tip of the amount of things. You know how fashion is now. So like, and it's basic stuff. Like your basic sleeve is one of the sleeves you learn. So your basic sleeve, you pick 2 other ones. I think neckline, we did off shoulder, asymmetric, and round neck, and the normal 3x3. So that like you basically already, your basic one is 1, so you have to pick 2 other ones. You understand? So yeah, it's not the, would I say the curriculum is extensive? No, but for the price it is okay for 45,000 naira. Because yeah, when I saw it, I was like, yo, this feels like a scam. So the first thing I did was, obviously, I went there. If you watch my vlogs, I tried to link like a vlog. If you watch my vlog, you see the day I went there to actually check and like find out more, to see that it's actually a real place, because for the price it's actually cheap. The other place that I saw of okay, now let me say this. I wanted IC Fashion Academy standard, or something, not that standard. I saw those girls, I saw IC's girls, and I'll be like, guy, in 3 months, because it's 3 months. I'm like, bro, for them to learn like how to, they do ball gowns and everything, and they're already starting up their own what they call it, ready to wear businesses and everything. And I'm like, bro, I want that. Okay, so I actually thought like at least we will learn, even if it's not IC standard, I would learn enough to be able to start. Right now, as I'm like this, I can't say in my mind that I want to start a ready to wear fashion business. Like if I want to do that, I need to like take a few months and like actually focus on doing my like learning myself. So and then we didn't learn anything long. It was always short dresses. You see ISIS girls, like they do all those ball gowns, 6 pieces, everything. Like if you bring any complex style to her, she ain't gonna teach you. So yeah, it's like it's very, very basic stuff. I'll try and put the curriculum list of things that we learned on the screen. So it's like a lot of basic stuff, nothing really in depth like that. So yeah, that's putting that out there for anybody that wants to know. I would advise that you go, if see that 80K that they're telling you to pay for that 3 months, pay it, because like after you look at the curriculum, because yeah, I feel like if I just that's adding extra 35K, you understand, I would have actually learned more. So that's just putting that out there for you guys to know. But I feel like with what I have, it's easy for me to go on YouTube now, and like obviously if I want to learn corsetry, I'll still have to like go and actually meet somebody one-on-one to teach me, because I feel like some things are just too complex. I know me, I'm a fast learner, so I can actually go on YouTube and learn these things. But I still feel like you should still go, if you want to learn like corset making and proper like waist snatching. I can waist snatch without a corset perfectly fine. But like if you want to learn it with corsets, like even if YouTube is there, you might still need to like meet somebody one-on-one to teach you. So yeah, that's like like that gives you an idea of the level of the teaching that we like what we got. So yeah, I've actually mentioned my feelings about it not being broad enough, and it's, would I say it's hands-on? Yes, because in the period where I was learning, we were just 2 girls for the majority of the time, and then the other girl had to stop, and then it was just me. But when it was just me, it was already when I was in my projects, which is not a really hands-on period. But like for the times when we were actually learning the 2 months, the actual 2 months, I would say that it was actually kind of hands-on because it was just 2 of us. So if I'm sewing something and I'm making like, I'm like, ah, God, what's, or I'm like losing, and she'll be like, what's going on? Like, what is happening? Why are you making mistakes? That kind of thing. The attitude of asking those questions were not always like positive attitude, like, oh, I want to help you. More like, why are you making mistake? I've showed you this thing how many times and I still making mistake. So sometimes like it's like that kind of hostile like Kenny, but like yeah, I still feel like it was really hands-on. I don't know how IC's things are, but like I'm using IC because like that's like somebody I look up to, right? She has a lot of people that come in, but I know she has like a minimum, but I think she has about at least 12 girls. So like, would I say, I don't know how hands-on she's with each and every one of them, or if she has assistants, but like this one, we're literally just 2. And this is a fashion school, so it's not like, oh, she's a tailor and she's coming to watch me as I'm working. That's one thing I actually didn't want as well, because my mom was like recommending I should go to her tailor, and I'm like, yo, I don't want somebody that's going to just be like giving me like work that somebody gave us. Like, you understand, you don't actually get to learn these things and all of that. So yeah. And the last thing was that I actually had to fight/beg for a certificate. She was like, she doesn't usually give beginner certificates. How do I go to school? Even when you go for computer training for 2 weeks, they give you certificates. So like, what do you mean you're not going to? I was like, okay, but what if I want to do like an intermediate study and they ask me like for evidence that I did a beginner's training? Like, what do I show them? Before she was now like, okay, she'll get back to me. And that get back to me, I think it took like about a few weeks or even a month for me to even get the certificate like from her at the end of the day. So like, yeah, just know that she said she doesn't give beginner certificates. So and then finally, my plans for moving forward. I've been asked if I'm going to do an advanced class. I don't think I want to do an advanced class anytime soon. I feel like I want to first get my hands stronger, so a lot of things, like use my sister to practice, my siblings, my mom, you know, before I actually think of actually going to pay money. Like, let me at least try and see how, if it's possible for me to even use this, like even if it's my beginner skills, to make a little bit of money and then save up to do advanced class, you know. Like let my parents even see that okay, she's actually serious about this thing before they even, like I feel like they won't even pay that kind of money for me to go for advanced yet, until like I've shown evidence of. And plus, you know that learning this thing is hard, is money. Because me, I was thinking, oh, if I paid the 45,000, like this 45,000, I had to sweat and bring out my savings, yo, to buy. Because who is gonna dash you material? You buy your material, you buy your scissors, you buy your thread, safe up to thread. You are buying it by yourself. Pin, you buy your pin. Nobody gives you anything for free. So that kind of vibe. Another thing I wanted to mention, you guys. Do you know when I finished? I went on Instagram one day. I was just scrolling, having the time of my life, and then I saw a post from my dear teacher on her Instagram page about how in the month of August everything is 50% off. Which means, showing that I paid 45K for, I could have, if I was not in a hurry, I would have paid 22,500. Right? Yes. I was pained. And then, you know, the part, like that one didn't even pay me. The part that actually made me very, very angry was the fact that she was like, and you get a sewing kit, beginner sewing kit. But how are you giving people that are paying a discounted fee, a starter kit, when people that are paying full price don't get that? I said, up to pin, like office pin that you use to pin material together and then pattern paper. She sent me a list of things that I need to buy. 2 packets of pins, you buy your own scissors, you buy your own thread, you buy, what else? Pattern papers, we are buying it ourselves. And sometimes if you buy it excess, so I started having to use the mind of buy one, buy what you need, because so if you buy excess and keep, they go use that for you. Or if you buy it back, but like when you like, it will not be like just there when you need it. You understand, kind of thing. So like, yeah, that was I actually expected to have a starter kit, like at least thread, pins, like chalk, you get that kind of stuff. Like let them like a starter kit, because everybody else I checked actually gives starter kits, and there was not even notes or anything like that. Now some people actually give you like a note, like they print out of their notes and everything. So this one, if you stop, if you like don't write, if you like write, but when it's time for you to recreate it and you don't know the steps, that's your cup of coffee. So yeah, those are like my few thoughts on it. I don't know if this video is going to be joined together with the lookbook, because it feels like this one is kind of long. So yeah, that's kind of like a little bit of the tea on everything that happened during my training. Let me know if you guys even have any additional questions, but I feel like I touched all the important things in this particular video. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys loved the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with your friends and family, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye! See, it's all this people want to learn. There's some settings about this. Yeah. Work. Watch it to me, I be work. See me do me dirt. Just come here for that work. When you walk a line. In the cafe, join me at dessert. Let the devil lurking. Yeah. You make a rock, now you don't like it. You know I dealt with you the nicest. Nobody touched me in the righteous. Nobody text me in a crisis. I believe that all of your dreams are duration. You took my heart, all my keys, and my patience. You took my heart, I'ma see for decoration. You mistaken my love, I brought for you for foundation. All that I wanted from you was to give me something that I never had, something that you never seen, something that you never been. But I wake up and nothing's wrong. Just get ready for work. Watch it to me, I be work.
potential, I just gotta see it through. If you had a twin, I would still choose you. I don't wanna rush into it if it's too soon, but I know you need to get done. If you come on, yeah. Sorry if I'm way less friendly. I got niggas tryna end me. Oh, yeah. I spilled all my emotions tonight. I'm sorry. Rolling. How many more shots until you're rolling? We just need a face to face. You can pick the time and the place. You will spend some time away. Now you need to forward and give me all the work.
You tell me I feel work. You see me do my da. Tell me about that work. When you walk out, I'm in the car from my church.